I'm live. Hey guys, hey, how has it been going? We are flying through July. What is going on? Okay, so I looked and I think my last live was like, welcome July. So here we are about to wrap up July. This is crazy. I just let life get in the way a little bit. But, StreamYard is like, hey, pay us. And I'm like, you're right. Let me go ahead and get my money's worth or do something. And gee, hi, good to see you. Thanks for joining in tonight. What is your scent of the day or the night? So I came on here and I guess I was prompted a little bit more because I was like, I got some wonderful scent mail. I was super excited. It was some things that I was looking forward to. So before we jump into that, because I don't know how long I'm going to be on here, your girl is... I have to stop saying that I'm tired. I have to reframe that and do something else and say something else. But until I figure out what that else is, let's just not talk about that. But anyway, you are wearing Wave Child tonight, G. That's so awesome. I love Wave Child. I think in June I was kind of on that Wave Child kick. Wearing a lot of the Woo Child by Brown Sugar Babe and like my Dupa Wave Child and all that good stuff. So yeah, Wave Child did its thing for June. I actually need to keep wearing it because I don't want the summer to go by and I haven't worn it even more. Like I think I thoroughly wore it a lot in June. But I want to just keep wearing it and get a good wear out of it and not like, oh, it was my scent of the day for 2 days. But today I am wearing Genre's Summer High. Genre's Summer High is a new blend by Devin Bro, who is the owner and founder of Genre Parfums. He's calling it Devin B Blending as like the series. And this particular one is called Summer High. And this was my scent of the day today, even though I was working from home, but I really wanted to give it a chance. I think when I got it, I was just feeling kind of mad about it and not sure. Hey, Arlene, I followed you on Instagram and then I don't think we talked, but we'll get into that later. But anyway, it just jogged my memory. I feel like I've been really, really busy in real life. But Summer High, I was feeling a little bit meh about it, but I said before I pass it on to like my son, because I feel like it may smell better on a man. Not that it's super masculine or anything. It's definitely unisex. I was just kind of like, let it sit and then revisit it. So I wanted to wear it all over today and give it a chance. And it's a freshie, it's citrusy, it's a warm citrus though, in my opinion. It has a tad bit of vanilla. I don't know all of the notes and I'm gonna look for them real quick, but I'm telling you what I get before I actually identify those actual notes. So, but it feels a little warm, citrusy. There's a little bit of earthiness to it. And so much so that I was like, he named it Summer High for a reason. And I'm not sure why. So I was like, I need to ask somebody, do they smell like a tinge of, greenery or anything in it? But I'm just curious. So I actually like the wear. I'm just worried. Not worried. I'm not worried at all. I was just expecting, I feel like I expected the longevity to be there longer. It definitely lasted for a decent amount of time, but I just felt like I wanted to like still smell it now. Like I felt like I had to touch up. And it's 9 o'clock at night and I probably applied this at like 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. So it definitely ran its course. But that is my scent of the day. Now let me see what the notes are, because I don't remember, honestly. So Arlene told us, though, while that's coming up, that she is wearing Bath and Body Works Peach Bellini and Tiziana Terenzi Berea. Nice combo. Arlene says she hasn't been on IG in a bit. It's okay. The message is coming, I suppose. So let's see what the internet says. I put in summer high genre parfums, and they go on to tell me like the top 10 perfumes. This is the only thing I think about genre. Like, it's hard to kind of get to the notes. Like, you have to dig into their site. And is this the one? I think he released the notes. I forgot that it's, yeah. Oh, okay. So G says that she knows it's a blend of a few genre perfumes. Okay. And she also says she had to give that one a full wear because first impression to her made it think it was more masculine. Exactly. So definitely I gave it a full wear as well. I'm gonna try one more. We'll try to look in a group and see if we can find some notes for Summer High before we move on. But I actually, so G, did you enjoy the fragrance? Oh, you haven't given it a full wear yet. So far, I'm enjoying it. Had I gotten a sample or something, I probably wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I need that. However, I have it, so I do enjoy it. And as I'm trying to scan for the notes, I see that someone said from a woman in the group, Summer High started off a bit masculine, but the dry down is really where it's at, and I love it. And I would agree with that. Because when you first spray it, it's just kind of like, but as you wear it, like I said, the citrus kind of warms up with this vanilla, and then it has a little bit of earthiness or so to it to just balance it out really well. So I enjoy having it, I think. And I will also say, like, if it might be one of those things, like, I'm always being asked about a fragrance. Can I have this perfume? Can I use this? And I wouldn't, I would offer it up. Because I think it's a nice one that could be mass appealing enough to just give it away. But it's not super unique in my collection. I saw that someone else bought 337 with their Summer High and they put it up for sale. I think that's funny because I think I also ordered like a small 337. I haven't revisited it yet, but when I first smelled it, I was like, they hyped it up so much in the group and it didn't live up to the hype to me. I'm not saying it's a bad fragrance, just like Summer High. They're not bad at all. I just think when you have such a huge collection with these DNAs that are so similar or something that you prefer more, it just doesn't always make the cut. Well, it's taken a while to get through the posts and to actually find the notes. So I think we should just go ahead and move on. That sucks because now that I'm wearing it all over, like I really want to know what the notes are. Okay, think I found them. Yay! But that's the problem. Like I feel like a lot of times I have to dig like really deep to try to find information about the fragrances, and it sucks. But notes in summer high. The top notes have bergamot, mandarin, pink pepper, neroli, honeysuckle, and tea. Mm. Okay. I can see the mandarin and the bergamot. And then in the heart of this fragrance, there's Hedione, black currant, orris, rose, and ambroxan. Those sound awesome for me. And I think that's what grounds it a little bit, keeping it kind of unisex. You have that orris, you have ambroxan, black currant deepens that fruitiness. Base notes are cedar, tonka bean, gaiac wood, amber, isoe super, vanilla, musk, cashmere. Yes, you definitely get the vanilla, the cashmere, and his description is light, airy, crowd pleasing, office safe, unisex. So I totally agree with those. Like this isn't one that's just gonna, be loud or take over. Like it's very pleasing. And I do like that the citrus goes a bit warmer instead of as bright or lemon pledge-ish. You know what I mean? And G also says that she's more excited about Devon's bespoke blends. Yeah, so I'm always curious. I'm definitely a fan of genre, so I'm always curious about what he has going on, what he's having coming out. But yeah, but at this time, like seriously, guys, like every time I buy something, I'm like, why did you buy it? Why did you buy it? Because you need to stop buying anything. And so with that said, I'm going to show you what else I bought, because I think it's just been, I don't know, Lattafa has really, I think, gotten a hold of a lot of influencers. And so they're talking a lot about their fragrances. And one that was just making the rounds, like really going hard, is Petra. So I love this print, and the gold labeling is very Mediterranean to me, very kind of like China dishes and stuff. So I was just too curious, too curious to just kind of let this one go. I was placing an order, and I was like, let me just throw Petra on in there. So I got this one, and it is a nice fragrance. Let me get some notes, of course. I think what I heard about it, which it piqued my interest, was that it had the coconut, the rum. What else? I can't quite remember, but I remember the coconut and rum very well, because I was like, is this like our Quattro Pizzi by Xerjoff? Like, I need to know. I said I was going to bring Quattro Pizzi out here, and I still forgot. But anyway, so this fragrance has rum and plum at the top. And then in the middle, there's tuberose and coconut. So that's where it will differ from Quattro Pizzi. And the base notes are vanilla, praline, and musk. So Arlene says she pulled back from Middle Eastern fragrances, but Petra sounds good. Petra is actually a really good fragrance. I think already having Quattro Pizzi, I would have been okay with just that. They are two different fragrances. They are. It's really nice. I just know that I have overconsumed. I have more than enough. So I think that's really only where my disappointment comes from. I wanted it to be a little bit more different, even though it's different from Quattro Pizzi. I needed it to be a little bit more different to satisfy me. But this is a really nice one because you do get your tuberose. You have the plum and coconut that kind of balance each other out. It's not like a sickeningly sweet plum, but that coconut just mellows it and brightens it too. And the rum just goes well with the with the plum. So it's actually really pretty. I think the tuberose gives it that nice floral aspect that makes me feel like I'm going to work. And this is definitely more approachable than Quattro Pizzi. So Quattro Pizzi has tobacco. So this is how Quattro Pizzi is different. Quattro Pizzi to me is more complex, of course, I think. I was just saying, of course, because of Xerjoff, but that doesn't always mean anything. But this is how it differs. Quattro Pizzi has tobacco in it, and so that tobacco is a lot strong. Like, it's not super strong, but it's stronger. Like, if you were to compare it to this, you could definitely tell, like, oh, this has tobacco and this doesn't. Quattro Pizzi is a little bit more green and a little aromatic, a little bit more herbal. So the plum really pulls this in a sort of like a complimentary, warm, fruity way with that tuberose and rum. So they just, and the coconut, they just play together so well. So it's a little bit more approachable to me than Quattro Pizzi. Quattro Pizzi is still approachable. It's still nice. It's just that I think tobacco can be a little off-putting for some people. I think the fact that it's green can kind of be a little bit off-putting, but this does not have that. And this will, I think, will be something that more people will be like, oh, okay, that's a nice fragrance. The bottle is so cute, and I think that's what really just drew me in for sure. And I really just wanted that experience with a fragrance where they were talking about, oh, it's rum, it's coconut. So I was afraid it was going to smell like it. So for me, I would have been okay with my Quattro Pizzi. Let's put it that way. This is nice. And I think most people would like it. I think most people would like it because I think the tuberose, right? The tuberose and some of that coconut will just like really pull you in. You know what I mean? So this is Petra. I tried to pull back a little bit from Middle East, but it's really in terms of like just stop buying so much in general. Because I already know, like with a lot of Middle Easterns, I probably have the profile already. So unless it's duping something that I'm really interested in or curious for or want more of, then I just kind of slow down and let it be. But this is a good buy. Just having Quattro Pizzi, I just didn't really need it, but this is a nice going to work type fragrance, going out type fragrance. I know those sound like two different areas, but it's like so pleasant. You could wear it to work and still stand out. But going out, you don't always have to like punch people in the face when you're going out. You could just literally smell like, that's interesting. So the coconut in this, I have to say, I wanted to mention that I really feel like it's giving me a little bit of Dolce & Gabbana coconut. So, the coconut you might have gotten in the Dolce and Gabbana has the floral series, and so there was one that was hugely popular with the little pink top, and that was like a tropical kind of coconut fragrance. Even D&G, the one, only the one, or something like that, that has some coconut in it. Yeah, I feel like the coconuts are similar. This one is tempered by the plum and the rum, but the Dolce and Gabbana coconuts I had to kind of separate myself from, and I gave those fragrances away. Something about the coconut just bothered me, but this reminds me of it. Just it has the other notes in it that make it work. So that's Petra. That was new. Now on to today's scent mail. Let's go into so I actually have scent mail and I have another fragrance that I want to talk about. But let's go into the Attar Alhass Skin Musk. I got a decant because this one is pretty pricey. It's pretty pricey, but it was being hyped up real bad by some of my content creator friends, fragrance reviewer friends. And so I was like, oh, I need to get my hands on it. I think they were given the fragrance as content creators. And I was just like, yeah, that price ain't given like that. But I was able to get a nice little decant, so I'm excited about that. And this is a nice musky fragrance, but it's that aldehydic powdery type of musk. It's not as ooh. So G says she's excited to hear my thoughts on skin musk. She has a full bottle on the way because Amherst now carries it. G, have you sampled it? So I'm going to do my best with this. I just got this today. I did wear it on my hand for most of the day. I know that's not always the best, but I felt like I got enough that I wanted to talk about it. Unfortunately, I just hope I have the words to describe it. And I already... Okay, so skin musk, like I said, it's going to be a powdery aldehydic musk. So it's not going to be the, like, what do I call it, animalic? So it has, I think, to bring it down a bit, it has the almond in it. Let me look at the notes all the way. Oh, okay. So there's actually peach in this too, and bergamot. So it's still bright. It does not say that it has aldehydes in it. But something about it is really like taking it up that high for me. And maybe it is the powder and bergamot together that's kind of faking some aldehydes to me. Not soapy, but just that brightness. So I actually have to stop sniffing this. I may have mentioned this here on the lives at some point, but my stomach doesn't always agree with my nose. And I have to be careful about that. And I think tonight is one of those nights where I'm just like, my stomach don't want to act right. So when I first got this, I was like, oh, this is like a musky, powdery fragrance that has a little bit of sultriness to it, you know? Hi, Rain. Thanks for joining in. And so it also has floral notes of Turkish rose, magnolia, jasmine. There's bourbon vanilla in the base with some tonka bean and dry wood, it says. So this, like I said, it's just powdery, kind of that bright aldehydic type musk. Yeah. And so I was excited about it when I first put it on, but as I kept wearing it on my hand, the powder and that aldehyde type feel was starting to be overwhelming to me, and it's not sitting right with my stomach. So every time I smell it, like right now, there's like this little in my stomach. It's the y'all, it's the weirdest thing. And I hate that for me. Because I wanted to enjoy it. I was so excited about it. Now, I feel like if someone was to wear it around me, I think I would be like intrigued and like, oh my gosh, you smell good. Like, what is that? You know? But for right now on me, just from here to my nose, like it's starting to kind of get to my stomach. And I hate that. G says she just had one of those days. I'm not alone. She was testing queen side and it made her nauseous, but she thinks it's because she oversprayed it since she actually loves the fragrance. Yeah, that's happened to me too. Definitely with my fave, the Chronic. I loved it, but I oversprayed it and we fell out. Like we had a whole breakup. It was bad. It was really bad. But now we're back friends and I've been wearing the Chronic this summer. So I hope Queen, you said you still love the fragrance, so that's good. That's good. I hate when we have to fall out of love with it. But this is my feel. That's the way I feel about this, and it sucks. Now I do want to say, oh, I'm so mad at myself because I was making a comparison to a fragrance that I have, and I did not remember to find out the name. There was this cotton musk or something that was making its rounds on TikTok, and so or maybe it was called Vanilla Musk. But I decided to buy a bottle because I'm like, oh my gosh, it has to be amazing. Like everybody's talking about it. Okay, I want to go get it because I cannot finish talking about this without this. So BRB. The Musk Collection Vanilla. Okay, so but I think they have other ones like pink, blue, all this stuff. All right, so this is the fragrance that came to mind when I smelt it. Musk Collection Tahara Vanilla by Gulf Orchid. This one is similar, but this is like more of a refined version to me. So it has the peach in it that I smell it a little bit, but it's just kind of like boosting the powder a little bit, the almond. So the almond smooths this one out really well, but this one doesn't have that to like smooth it out. It's just more of that musky. Don't regret it. You may absolutely love it. I definitely want to hear your opinion on it when you get it. I'm just feeling this way because I'm starting just to believe that this might not be the type of musk I'm into. My baseline for musk at this point, because I really love the one I have, is BDK Saint Honoré. Like I love that. I love the Kylie Jenner. So those are like my baseline musks. And that's just where I come from, the space that I like a musk. But this one is, I'm scared to spray it because it's just very much like powder. I'm thinking more laundry. It's not as laundry, but it's more laundry than this because I think the almond and the peach really like smooths this one out. So I prefer this over this, of course, but when I smelled the type of musk it was, it reminded me of this one. Have you guys tried any of these? The Gulf Orchids? Because I know it has like, they have like a pink one, a blue one. So this is the Attar Alha Skin Musk, the highly talked about and acclaimed musk that everybody needed to get their hands on. Did you get a good deal on it, G? But I really think it's very likable. I'm being very critical because I am in a space where you should not have bought that. You have too much perfume. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I'm being more critical about it than just like, But I definitely prefer this. I definitely think on someone else I could appreciate a little bit better. Yeah, so I really think, oh great, you got 15% off. I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it. Because initially I really did. I was just kind of like, oh, a clean, sultry, sexy bay. Like, but just over time, that kind of musk just, and I think it's my stomach right now that's not making me feel too good about it. So that's Attar Alha's Skin Musk. And was there anything else to say about this? Came out in 2022. It's being compared to Musk Elixir Pistachio by Dior and Roja's 51 Parfums. So we can't trust, we can't really trust fragrance reviews anyway, but they're talking about it's not at all what I expected, smells cheap and synthetic, disappear within an hour. But on the flip side, somebody said they're addicted and it's good. This is very pretty and very powdery in all caps, musk fragrance that leans firmly thin. I love the opening of this fragrance. It is a fresh burst of fruits and florals with a hint of citrus. Later, this settles into a powdery and sweet almond fragrance with a hint of milk chocolate. But yeah, there's something, I was describing this earlier as like a clean, musky, sultry type fragrance. So I think it's nice, especially compared to this. I think this is really nice. It's just, when I smell it compared to this, like it's so much better because it's smoother and it has those fruits and almonds to smooth it out. So I just wanted to give a little bit of my thoughts on this. But to finish this, because the person said they smell a hint of milk chocolate. She says that this is also very potent. She did one tiny spray on her arm and it stayed there forever and projected also for a long while. She says it's definitely a fragrance to sample and not blind buy. You're talking to people that read fragrance. Okay. Personally, she loves it, but wasn't expecting it to be that strong. And I think I would attest for it being pretty strong because, like I said, as it settled on my hand, like I kept getting these whiffs that was just like the slightest bit cloying, and it's still kind of present on my hand, like after hand washing and things of that sort. So I'll finish with that. It's a very nice fragrance. I think people will like it, especially, I think if you love, what is that fragrance? It is a House of Oud. Is it Almond Harmony? one of them is like super powdery with this bit of almond in it. And then you put the fruits in, and you have this. Let's move on to the next one. One that I am too excited about because I am a butterfly lover. I used to have a popular screen name with butterfly in it. A screen name for a popular website with butterfly in it, I should say. And so when Bomba, I have a butterfly tattoo. So when Bomba came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Super excited. And so I got this. I wasn't sure what to expect because my last Carolina Herrera, like, I was so pressed to get it. I had gotten one of the Carolina Herreras that had like the little lipstick charm hanging off the side, and it had a cherry note. I forget what it's called, but I was not impressed with that scent. I think it just smelled a bit generic, like other fragrances that I've smelled, and not better than other fragrances. So I was skeptical, and only got like a 5 ml of La Bomba. Right? I was trying to see if I could find the name of the fragrance because it was a particular collection that she had where they had like this leatherette type labeling packaging around the bottle, and they all had these cute little charms that hung off the neck. But we're not here to talk about that one. Let's talk about La Bomba. Hey, Sunny. Hey, Bunny and Sunny. Can you use teriyaki as a 23-year-old man? Absolutely, Bunny. It has a leather note in it, but it's still kind of sweet and sultry, and I think it will work if you're not afraid of something leaning a hair bit feminine. But I really think you could totally pull it off. So going to La Bomba, and it's cute bottle. It's so cute. Let's see. It's so adorable. La Bomba has main accords of tropical, floral, fruity, vanilla fresh, and rose. And Quentin Beach is on this. So is Louise Turner, Christophe Renaud. With Quentin and Louise on this one, I was like, even though I did not enjoy the last Carolina Herrera I got, I was like, I still definitely have to try this one. I'm trying not to play into the hype of just because Quentin is on it, Canton Biche is on it. Like, don't just fall into the hype, but I absolutely did. And I was like, for 5 ml, of course I can. This fragrance to me is so nice. Hi, Anika. Thanks for joining in. Good to see you tonight. But this one is so nice. I was so excited. Let me tell you the notes because, another draw to this fragrance other than Canton Biche being one of the makers of this, or the noses on the fragrance, is that it's a dragon fruit fragrance. And that is pretty cool to me. There's red peony and frangipani in the middle. And then in the base, there's vanilla and patchouli. Here's the thing for me. And again, when I got these, I wore the Skin Musk on this hand, and then I wore La Bomba on this hand. And I'm going to freshen up that spray because I'm trying to figure out. My problem is that I'll think that it smells like something, and then won't go get the other fragrance to test it against. But look at me. I'm able to do that. When I first sprayed this fragrance, I felt like it smelled like Limonada by Narcotica to me. Just not the same, not those citrusy notes that's in it. It's still tropical. It's still light and fresh. And all those good things. But it's just the dragon fruit. And in this, the dragon fruit is really nice to me. I don't I looked it up because it was part of the deciding factor to buy the sample. I was like, I don't even really have like a lot of dragon fruit fragrances. Like I have one or two, and they don't stand out to me as a dragon fruit fragrance. So I was really interested to see what was done with that note for these. And I absolutely love it because it's really, to me, my nose picks up a little bit of mango. And then there's something else that makes me wonder, like, it's not quite strawberry. So I think that's like the dragon fruit and the frangipani and the vanilla. Oh, thanks, Nika. My hair is in shambles, and but thanks. I was just like, what am I gonna do with it? I'm being very hesitant to go to the hair shop, and I don't know why. I know why. It's just I don't feel like taking you through that story. But yes. Okay, so I have limonada right here so that we can compare. Let me see. I sprayed these earlier. This is the skin musk. The powderiness is I don't know. My stomach can't do that powdery. Not sure what that one is, but and this must be the La Bomba. But whatever this pitaya is, it's nice. It's or whatever, however the dragon fruit comes across, it's really nice. Like it's fruity, but it's not a distinct fruit smell that we are super familiar with. But like I said, it kind of was giving me some mango, maybe some, I wouldn't say mandarin. I'm just kind of thinking mango, maybe not guava, but definitely in that tropical sense of things. Let me just compare this to limonada already because that is the first thing that came to mind when I smelt it. It's just that limonada is way more citrusy. Yes or no, it's not the same. They are very much in the same vein. I definitely can see myself layering them. What is the name of the fragrance you're describing? So I am describing Carolina Herrera's La Bomba. It's the cute, I don't know if you saw it when I put it up, but it's the cute butterfly bottle that she has. Yeah, Carolina Herrera La Bomba. You see the name? So this is the fragrance. It is a dragon fruit fragrance. And again, I was saying like Canton Biche, Louise Turner. There's some noses behind this fragrance. This is limonada. Limonada is more citrusy and aquatic. So maybe, but they're like, oh. That's what happens. Like when you put them side by side, absolutely, they're not the same. But it's definitely tropical. It almost gives me hints of coconut in there. It might be, I think the only other dragon fruit fragrance that I was saying that I saw that I had was, I think, one of the Sol de Janeiros. Sol de Janeiro. 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 And I'm trying to think if those are close in smell. Ariana Grande Cloud Pink has a dragon fruit note. Oh, Black Opium Neon. I did have that. That was my first dragon fruit fragrance that I was so pressed to have, but it didn't last long, so I didn't give it the proper wear that I should have given it. Fleur Mood Ring is a dragon fruit fragrance, and here's the nope, that's not the Sol de Janeiro. There is a Middle Eastern fragrance called Asdaf Ranin that this is being compared to. So Asdaf is the name of the company and Ranin is the name of the actual fragrance. And so on Fragrantica, La Bomba is being compared to the Ranin. I am so curious because I would love to find the Ranin and wear that, but this is giving me an idea. I need to see what the Sol de Janeiro was, because if that smells more like dragon fruit, I could just put a little bit of coconut with it. Or buy the Asdaf Ranin, because I feel like this bottle is probably going to be pretty expensive. Here it is, Charosa 68. Charosa 68, I thought had more of like that like sweet baccarat kind of feel to it. It's gonna make me wear it tomorrow, and maybe some La Bomba on top. No, I'm going out tomorrow, so I'll need to pick out my fragrance tonight. What should I wear tomorrow, you guys? I don't know. Going out with some friends. Yeah, Limonada. I love Limonada. It's so easy and wearable, just like the La Bomba, but it just costs too much. It just costs too much. I'm so sad about that. Like, I really, really like Limonada. It just costs too much. Nika says that Comptoir Pacifique used to make a papaya scent some years ago, some years back. Not sure if they still do. I saw it as I was scrolling the dragon fruit fragrances. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I was never one to really get into Comptoir Soup Pacifique. It's called Vanille Pataya. And this came out in 2004. Jeez. They're also saying Lucien is a dragon fruit fragrance. That would, oh no. Yeah, it is a dragon fruit fragrance. It's in the heart. But I really, hi IBG. Yes, Limonada is by Narcotica. And it is a beautiful, summery, aquatic, citrusy, sweet fragrance. So don't think like your typical citruses, but one that has like a little sugar added to it. But it is so beautiful. G says that it's going to be a scorcher where she is tomorrow. So she's leaning towards wearing chocho. Is that how you say it? Chocho, choo-choo, chocho. I want to believe that I bought a dupe of it. I don't quite remember what profile chocho is at the moment, but I want to say I bought a dupe. IDK. But Limonada is such a good fragrance. I just wish I had the cojones to just put up the money for it. But I'm saying all of that, and look where my decan is. Like, I barely sprayed it, so I probably need to give it some love. But I'm liking La Bomba, I think. I'm just trying to make sure as it dries down, it's not giving me no weirdness. So I feel like it is. I don't even know the weather tomorrow. I stay inside. I feel like I've stayed inside so much, like I'm a little disconnected from the weather, because I've been in air conditioning, and I don't know if I'm getting old, but it's so chilly on my bones. So chilly on my bones. Oh, chocho's a choo-choo chocho. Unfortunately, that's why we get that price tag. Yeah. How does Limonada compare to Acro Bake, and how's the longevity? Okay, so again, confession. I wouldn't know about the longevity because I barely wore this, but I'm telling you, like, I just love it. Like when I spray it, it's just like, I want a bottle, but I just can't bring myself to do it. How does it compare to Acro Bake? Acro Bake is a very lemony, like cake, like pastry scent. Limonada is more like, I imagine being on the Mediterranean like coast. I'm in linens, I'm out on the water on the yacht. Like it has more of a tropical and aquatic feel to it. And it's just so pretty. It's not like it's a I feel like it's a grown woman like citrus. A grown woman citrus. You got your tan, you got your wavy hair, you got on linen clothes or a beautiful sundress, or I don't know, like I would imagine like a bikini with a shirt over. I really, really like this. But Acro Bake, you're going more into your gourmand territory, your bakery scents, and the lemon can be a bit intense, like almost like a lemon candy drop. It can be an intense lemon. So I only have a decant of that one because there's so many other lemony scents that are so similar that I just did not get that one. How about compared to LV Symphony? Which one, Limonada or La Bomba? Which one? If you're talking about Limonada, LV Symphony, from what I know of it, because I have the dupe and I have the pro, which is just the profile. And even when I smelt it in the store, right? Yeah, I went, okay, so I haven't been on here for a minute, but one of the things that I did do last weekend, was it last weekend? Gosh, that's crazy. I think it was. I went out to the store to sniff a lot of things, like stuff I know that I already kind of know the profile of, but I need to smell the original, or just smelling some new things. Symphony is like this rosy fragrance that there's just no comparison. They're in two completely different worlds to me. That I want to say that first because I'm trying to recall and give you an idea of what I remember Symphony smelling like. And oh, it is a citrus fresh spicy, but it's, oh, I'm completely thinking something else. I felt like I got rosy, like gingery rose, because I was thinking like a little spiciness with rose, but clearly there's no rose to be found in this fragrance. It's just grapefruit, bergamot, and ginger. But yeah, I think it's on a more sophisticated side of things. And Limonada just has this like aquatic, okay. It's more like lemon sorbet, like you're eating lemon sorbet out, or some type of citrus gelato, like out on the water, like while you're on a boat, because you get that aquatic smell with it. They don't compare. I think Symphony, yeah, you said it smells pretty citrusy to you, but I think that ginger just keeps it like tamed. Yeah, I don't know. Limonada just skirts on this kind of like, it could be gourmand, but it's kind of not, because it's more of like sorbet or gelato. And then that aquaticness, the aquatic notes. Maybe, just maybe, somebody will have a bottle and there'll be a sale discount code somewhere, and it won't be as popular in the fall. It's just, now that I just keep sniffing it, like it's just so pretty to me, and I would definitely prefer it over Symphony. I La Bomba compared to Limonada. So Limonada to me is, while it's not your most complex, niche forward type smelling fragrance, it does have that refinement that puts it in a different category than La Bomba. La Bomba is giving me like, I'm wearing this one. My daughter's wearing La Bomba. I don't know. There's a reputable guy in one of the FB groups that sells narcotic fragrances for a pretty reasonable price. Okay. Which one? I guess I have to look. I know Marketplace and like Junkies or maybe Marketplace. They have more of those people selling the fragrances. But yeah, this one is just more elegant, if you will. I don't want to say elegant like it's like a floral. It's just more refined, like smooth. It's smoother. Like when you're actually eating gelato. Don't think so lactonic. I'm really more thinking of the texture, like just smoother. Sorbet is just a nice little fruitiness. And La Bomba, yeah. I hope I Scent Lounge. Okay. I hope I gave you some insight to my thoughts on this. I feel like that's another thing about coming on to talk about the fragrances. Like, I don't always, sometimes I want to have a better idea and stance on what I think of the fragrance. But because this was sent mail and I was super excited, I said, let me come on and talk about these that I was super hyped about trying. I'm going to tell you guys about, I'm sitting here like, I'm only going to be talking for about 20 minutes. It has been an hour. All right. Let me tell you about these other ones really fast. I have, with my decants, I got some samples and I was pretty excited because I'm never, I don't know, I'm always open to smell something else. So the samples that I got with those decants were Cotton Candy Musk, which to me was just a little musky powdery. I'm sure I'd have to wear it all over to kind of get and see if the cotton candy's there. But it's just that brightness, something that my stomach don't want to smell right now. I'm not getting an intense cotton candy. It just smells like a slight variation of one of these powdery, musky fragrances that we've been talking about here. The next one that I have is called Confectionery Beauty's Pistachio Puff. So Confectionery Beauty, I'm so excited to try this because it is a Black woman-owned brand, indie brand. And I've been wanting to make an order, to kind of support, check it out, try it out, and I just haven't. I'm not quite sure why. And again, unfortunately, I just think for what's offered, I just feel like I have enough in those profiles that I'm just like, I don't want to just add stuff just to be adding stuff, but I did want to check her out. So luckily I got this sample, and this is Pistachio Puff. I felt like I sprayed it and kind of came up with an idea of what I thought about it. It is going to be similar in the same vein as like pistachio gelato. This one isn't as floral, or some people say they can get that little soapy feel to it. This one does not have that. It's a little tiny bit like warmer, nuttier. So I think that was really like almost like, and I don't want to mistake it for the packaging, but almost like there's a little bit of white chocolate in it or something. But this, I'm so happy to have gotten this sample so that I could try out something from the brand. The Confectionery Beauty, as it sounds, it is a gourmand brand, so you'll have a lot of fun fragrances like that. And then the last one was Apple Nanas. I think Apple Nanas is by Riranas. This channel happened to pop up on my feed, so I stopped to check it out. Thank you so much, IBG. I'm glad you did. I love to talk fragrances, and so if that's something that you're into, you should check me out sometimes. Love to have you. I'm glad you stopped by. So Apple Nanas, I think it's by Riranas, and I feel like I've had an opportunity to smell this before, but I don't really remember. And so this is definitely your fruity fragrance. Yeah, it's a Riranas perfume. Got some tropical notes in here. I'm going to spray it on my hand because I don't want to spray the papers anymore. But okay, so this has red apple, wild berries with some middle notes of pineapple, peach, and lychee. Base notes are frangipani and vanilla. So for all intents and purposes, those notes sound amazing, and I really think that I like them. I really think that I like this fragrance. I'm just super excited about this lychee, pineapple, peach that they have going on in here. But the red apple, wild berries, my mind instantly just kind of goes to like, what can I wear with this to make something pop? Like, what can I wear with this? Because I want the lychee to pop. I have a rose lychee perfume that I always call my lychee like cocktail fragrance. It's a Michael Kors fragrance. But yeah, I would need to think of like maybe a Bath and Body Works red apple, sometimes that red apple one that they have feels a little bit too Christmassy, but I could see this going with that one well, but I want to keep it summery, fruity, juicy. IBG says, if you need a discount code for Limonada on Lucky Scent, I can share the one I use. It will give you 10% off. Ooh, that's nice. Thank you so much. Arlene said, she said off subject, but I'm wondering, do any of you have Bond number 9 Astor Place, and what do you think of it? So I don't have Bond number 9, Arlene. Astor Place. Yeah, I haven't really gotten into a lot of Bond number 9 just because they could be so controversial. But you know, I still have some favorites, Greenwich Village and what's the other one in the white bottle? But yeah, I don't have Astor Place. Does anybody else in the chat have Astor Place? Angel Nova has lychee. So yes, Angel Nova, that Michael Kors. It's a few of them. So let me get to my last fragrance before I let you go, because we have gone over time here. But I decided to, I picked up LVEB the Nude Vanille Nude. Is that what it says? Vanille Nude, the newest flanker of LVEB. And I was just so excited to have it. Now, I'm mad at myself because Lancome sends me like 30% off every other day, always dropping some sale. And then I go into the store and buy this at retail price. What is wrong? What is wrong? I do not know. However, this one is a very nice to the line of flankers for LVEB. I do still get a little bit of LVEB DNA, but then it's smothered in vanilla. You like new vanilla too, Arlene? Yeah, I think it smells really, really good. And I think this is one that will kind of win back some of the younger audience, I think, because right now, LVEB, the OG, is probably like 20 years old or something. But this one is so nice. I am a LVEB fan. I have quite a few flankers. I don't really wear them all, but I am a fan to the point where I definitely like to get my nose on a flanker and make sure I have it. IBG says he's heard that people may not like Bond number 9 because of the bottle design. Yeah. Some people find it ugly, but I don't really mind it. It's just that they're a little controversial, and there's so many fragrances out here that I don't need to get caught up in that. But Attar Place, I have not tried. So let's see what the notes are in Vanille Nude real quick. I really like the bottle. Have you guys seen the bottle? It's like a frosted pink. Frosted pink. It's so pretty. This is Vanille Nude. It is so cute. So this fragrance has solar notes. It has jasmine, it has bourbon vanilla in the heart, and there's white musk and sandalwood in the base. And those are all notes that I love. The solar notes in this make it a little summery, not quite beachy, but just a little summery. That vanilla, it is swathed in vanilla. Like this one is vanilla down, okay? And then there's some white musk and sandalwood. So I really am into this. Like this one, I actually made my scent of the day one day. So that's why half of it is gone at this point. I'm wearing some of these, y'all. But yeah, I would finish this and maybe get a 1 ounce. I'm not sure because I still have the summer flanker from a little while ago with the coconut in it. So, but I'm happy with this one. I'm glad they came out with it. It's definitely something you should get your nose on if you're a LVEB fan. But guys, I am going to let you all go. I'm so glad to talk to you all tonight. I haven't been on in about 2 weeks, but I'm still here. I'm still paying for StreamYard, so I'm still going to be doing my lives, and I hope to catch you all soon. I know I'll be out tomorrow. I got to link up with Arlene, and then I haven't talked to my girl Rose in a little while. Like maybe she'll want to do a live on Friday or something. Let's see, because I haven't been in the internet streets, I feel like, in a while. Real quick before we go, Arlene, I have about 5 Bond number 9s, and I actually like the bottle shape. I don't know the backstory of Bond number 9. So the owner was being sued by some women of color workers that she was being racist, and the lawsuit after a while was dropped. And I really think it's because they just did not have the money to continue litigating it. So we don't know what happened. It's just that it was dropped. I don't think they could afford to have that representation and litigate it any further. You know, big companies with the big money play the long game, and that's how they get out of stuff. It's sad, but that's what happens. G says that I sold on both the La Bomba and this LVEB flanker. But I'm going to try the Middle Eastern version of the La Bomba and see what that's giving. Because I couldn't really find the price of the La Bomba fragrance. Nika says that she used to own Attar Place, but she couldn't remember her take on it, but she liked it. Her sister took it from her. Yes, thank you so much, Arlene. I always forget to say this, but if you can, please give me a thumbs up on this video. Leave a comment on the outside. I know we're chatting in here, but it's also engagement to have a comment on the outside. And then also, if you are not subscribed, or if you think you are, just double check, because sometimes, you know, they'll keep suggesting things, or you'll watch and you're not really subscribed. So let's take care of those things. I want you all to have a fabulous night, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Love you. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. Bye.